Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, or whatever time it is when you're watching this. Today we're gonna be reupholstering my E46 M3 wheel. I got this Alcantara kit that I ordered. I'll put the link in the description. I forgot the company that I ordered it from, but this is my second time. It's kind of been abused. I thought it would fit over the OEM leather, but it did not. It started stretching when I first did it, so this time I'm gonna do it right, guys, and hopefully this goes well. So you are gonna need a couple of things for this job. You're gonna need the 10, the 16 socket wrench, a breaker bar, a torque wrench, and a flathead. And then these razors for later, for when we're taking apart the wheel. And the rest of the kit comes with everything else you need. It comes with the thread, comes with the needle, it even comes with like a little plastic piece to tuck. So let's get it, guys. With that 10 mil socket, guys, we're just gonna go back here, loosen this little nut. I already did it preemptively. Just disconnect that, leave it to the side. Make sure you have a towel, because I have gotten locked out of my trunk. Don't ask how, but yeah, you could put like a little towel there and close it, because if not, it just locks itself. I mean, you could pop it open with the key, but for the longest of times it didn't work for me. Now that you've got the battery disconnected, there's these two little holes right here on each side. You're gonna need to press this little spring in to have this airbag pop out, and you need to do side by side. You kind of put it in, pull it with the other hand, and get each side out. You're also going to need a T20 to take out 4 torque screws. This one right here in this corner, this one right here in this corner, and then you also have these 2 in the back. So now that you got it disassembled, 9 times out of 10, these little torques are gonna stay in the wheel. Sometimes they will fall out. Be mindful when you're working with this. Our next step is we're gonna razor blade, and I'm taking all this old stitching that I did from the first time I did it out. So now that we've got it off, we are left with the stock wheel. Sorry to say it, but this leather's going. So to get the sewing process started, you want to get your thread, and you want to run from the length of where you're going to sew to where you're going to end, and you want at least like 4 or 5 times the length of that distance. And you know, you could have more or less thread at the end. They give you 2 rolls of these, so it's more than enough to go around for the whole wheel. You could do probably like 2 wheels with this. under the inside thread of where you start, and then you're gonna want to make a knot right there. After you make your knot, you're gonna want to trim the excess off a little bit. You kind of want a tiny tail, just enough to hold. And then you're gonna get a lighter, just real quick, burn it in, press it down so it's in there and fused decently. For the next stitch, you're gonna want to go from here where you started to the next closest identical point. You don't want too much tension or you will snap the thread or these lacings. So I think it's gonna be like right here. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but we're gonna go to this one right here, but on the other side. So you start from the inside first, and you transfer to the outside so you can get your outside stitching. We're about halfway done with the wheel now. Now we gotta sew up this top portion and also these flaps that cover the back of the paddles right here. So they'll kind of like fold up like this and meet after everything gets sewed together. So let's get to that. So now that we've finished the sewing and sealed everything up, we are going to spray this with a little water repellent and dirt repellent spray for the Alcantara. Normally it's used for like suede shoes, but I thought I would try it on here to see if there's any benefit. And then we also need to clearance these little holes for the Torx so that this come out. back in the car, and if you look right here, if I could get it to focus. If you look right here, there's a little line. And if you look on the steering wheel too, there's also another little line. So that's your center point, and that is what you want to line up while I'm putting the wheel back on. It is currently the next morning, guys. My phone died. Sorry I wasn't able to get the install, but this is what you should be left with. It's pretty decent for my second time sewing. Maybe it'll straighten up over time, but I struggled in little spots. They came out pretty good. Can't wait to drive it more. Honestly, with these wheels, I recommend gloves, otherwise they're gonna get clapped like my last one, but to each their own. Whatever you guys want to run, but see you next time.